Coming up on today's show, we have 2 new recipes. We have a hamburger bake and a pineapple bake. That's all coming your way next. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne Didi.
And we have 2 recipes for our viewers today. We have a hamburger cheese hot dish and a pineapple bake.
Yes.
And the pineapple bake we got submitted from friend Sharon Runcorn.
Right.
So
Excellent cook.
So we know that this one's going to be good. If you want to cook along with us today, just write down these ingredients and the instructions. For the hamburger cheese hot dish, you're going to need a carrot, an onion, a little bit of olive oil, some yellow peppers, a pound of hamburger, a cup of tomato sauce, and salt and pepper, and a half teaspoon of paprika.
Yes. Okay.
All right. And for the pineapple bake, you're going to need 2 20-ounce cans of pineapple chunks, 2 cups of grated cheddar cheese, 2 tablespoons of flour, a stick of butter, 3/4 roll of Ritz crackers, and that looks like it's about it.
It is very easy. Yes.
All right.
But
It was good.
it was good.
All
yes.
right. Where do you want to get started?
Well, we're there. These are both things that we're going to have to put in the oven.
Okay.
The hamburger cheese hot dish will take about 40 minutes.
Okay.
And I've got the oven on at 350, so that's, or we'll get that in. And then the pineapple dish is about 30 minutes, so
Okay.
we don't have to have it in as quick. That pineapple dish just makes a real nice side dish for something when you know, making something like this and you want something else to go with it.
Sure.
Whatever, and it's very good. So I'll just put a little bit of olive oil in here, and then we're going to go ahead and I took a carrot, slivered the carrot, and onions.
Okay.
So we're gonna saute them a little bit first before we actually put the hamburger in it.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Which is usually a little bit different, because you want that carrots in. And I make it when I cut them really, really thin.
Sure.
Because carrots, of course, will take more to get soft than onions or something else.
Okay.
So, and then after we have this here, we're going to just saute that a little bit, put the hamburger in it, a pound of hamburger, and then we add the yellow pepper.
Okay.
To that. We're going to see how good this is. Your dad he likes Googling recipes, and he'll say, oh, this one looks good for your cooking show, or
okay.
This will. So this is one that he wanted me to make because he found it and thought it just was easy enough. And the other thing that I think when we were talking about the ingredients, there's 2 to 3 sliced potatoes with this.
Oh, okay.
So many hot dishes, what they're usually like pasta, made more with pastas
Sure.
than with potatoes. So I think this was one of the reasons too, your dad thought, oh, something with potatoes instead of always like a pasta
Sure.
of some kind.
He needed a change up.
Yeah, he was looking. But it looked, simple, but yet it's good. You have onions, carrots, yellow pepper in there. Those are all just good things to have in a casserole.
Sure. It looks like I might have missed some mozzarella cheese too.
Okay. Yep. There's 3 cups of mozzarella cheese. I think it's on the bottom. We got some ingredients on the top and then more on the bottom. And I believe it's 3 cups of mozzarella cheese is what's supposed to be in there. So I'm going to just take this hamburger, just put it in here. Let's just chop that up here. And get that cooked well. And again, when I'm making casseroles like that, I try to start with a fairly lean hamburger so that I don't usually have to drain it.
Sure.
And so that's good. Okay, get that going in here. Want to make sure that gets cooked. I'll just turn that up a notch there now. The hamburger, cool that off a little bit. And you know, when I was talking about draining here, we're going to drain that pineapple. So while this is cooking, we're just going to step over to the cupboard here and let's drain our pineapple.
Okay.
So it's 2 cans of chunk pineapple.
Okay.
You know, there we go.
It's actually quite a bit of pineapple.
It seems like it, doesn't it? But you know, when that baked up, it's different. It was very different, but very tasty. So, you know, something a little different than what we normally have. So that was neat. So with the hamburger dish, we're going to put that in here. We'll just spray that bottom.
Okay.
Just a little bit there. And then of course we'll spray what we're going to put in for the pineapple bake. And we'll just want to get that in there so it drains really well.
Okay.
Whatever. So we'll want to get this finished here so we can get this in the oven, because like I said, it's going to bake about 10 minutes longer than the pineapple bake.
Okay.
So we'll just get this fried up here, and it wouldn't take that long, and then we add the yellow pepper after that.
Okay.
But if this needs to be drained, you want to drain it before you add it. Okay,
Perfect.
So our hamburger is complete, cooked, browned. I did add the yellow pepper to that.
Okay.
So the next step would be to add, it says a cup of tomato sauce, and a cup is 8 ounces, and that's an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce.
Okay.
So we're just going to add that. And then it says pepper and salt to taste. So it's just pretty much what you're wanting to do. I've got probably a good teaspoon of pepper here, a teaspoon of salt, and then it says a half a teaspoon of paprika.
Okay.
So that's all in here. We'll just add that in here and get that mixed up. Oh, the paprika didn't want to come out there. So, okay, just mix that up and get that hot, and then we will be ready to assemble with our potatoes and mozzarella cheese.
Okay. So do we layer it kind of like a lasagna type?
We do.
Okay.
Make that nice and hot there.
So just a different twist on a casserole that, like you said, doesn't include pasta, but
Yes.
it's going to be really good.
Potatoes, yeah. And when you're looking at this, we had talked about on one of our previous shows of gluten-free. See, now when you use potatoes instead of pasta, you can incorporate this for a gluten-free.
Okay.
The only thing I would make sure that people remember, some of our like soups and tomato sauces, some of them have wheat in them.
Okay.
So you want to check your ingredients so that you know that you're not adding something that has gluten in it. But there are gluten-free
soups and sauces.
Yes.
Okay.
And what I'm really kind of surprised with that is that more of the off-brands are the ones that don't have the gluten in it.
Okay.
Or whatever. So we're starting here with a nice deep pan.
Okay.
Because we want enough space in that for, because so you put all the potatoes in the hamburger. But the recipe says, and we did spray that a little bit, to first put some mozzarella cheese down first.
Oh, okay.
Which is just a little bit different. So I'm gonna do that, and then we're going to put the potatoes on that. Okay, because we're gonna layer that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna put, it says 2 to 3 sliced potatoes, and I got these potatoes sliced pretty thin.
Okay.
And that's gonna help, too, with baking time is if you don't have them too thick.
Okay, so you're putting them all in at the same
Yes,
time.
yes. Okay. All right, get them spread out. And I had cut them, sliced them a little bit earlier and had them in water and some salt. Sometimes, they'll still, a couple of them will turn a little brown on the edges, but that's not going to be a problem at all. So, made my recipe kind of wet, just so you could read it. So, we have that. So now we've got that in there. Now we're going to put some mozzarella cheese on this before we put the hamburger mixture on it. So then we put the hamburger mixture on that, and then we're going to actually top it again with some mozzarella cheese. It says, you to be using like 3 cups of mozzarella cheese. So I got about a cup on the bottom, now about a cup here. So then when I put my meat mixture on there and finish in the mozzarella cheese, it'll be about a total of 3 cups. Okay. So we're gonna get that in here.
That's a hot.
Ooh.
No, it's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is hot. Okay.
So it's a little bit smaller than a 9 by 13, but it's fitting just fine.
Yes, it is. And this is a fairly deep casserole pan, so I knew that would be okay to make that in there. So got that spread. And I'll just put this to the side over here. And then we're going to add our mozzarella cheese on top of that. Yeah, quite a bit of cheeses, and it's good.
Nothing wrong with cheese, Mom.
Not at all. And this says to bake at 350 for about 40 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll have that in the oven probably about 10 minutes by the time we have our pineapple bake done. So we should have it all coming together at once. So I'll put the rest over there. Okay. So of course I won't put the rack in on that. Get that there, and let's set the timer for 40 minutes. Okay. So now I'm going to rinse out this bowl here. Okay, because we'll want to mix up, we got a cup of grated cheese. Okay. Cheddar cheese, and then, let's see, we got this one over there. So we're going to use, we're going to combine the butter, the pineapple, there's a little bit of flour in there. Okay. And then a little bit of pineapple juice that we're going to add. So I'm going to put the flour in here first.
And that flour, is it just to help thicken it up a little bit?
Yes. Okay. And so that's 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to just set this aside just a little bit because I want 2 tablespoons of the pineapple juice. Okay. Okay, let's get that there. I have that. And I'm just going to get this just to mix that up a little bit. And I believe then it says, you're going to mix your pineapple juice, the cheese, the flour, and the butter in here.
So it's basically just all in one.
It is. It's going to be very easy. So I melted, it says a half a cup of butter, and that's a stick. So I'm going to just mix that up good, get that flour well blended. Okay.
Now being we've added flour in here, this really isn't a gluten-free.
Oh, you'd want to use gluten-free flour. Yeah. That's correct. So thanks for that catch. But other than that, I think that's all that, you know, you'd want to make sure that you, and we're going to put Ritz crackers on top of it.
So probably not.
Not so much. But our hamburger bake, I think with the potatoes and that, just making sure that, you know, your tomato sauce is gluten-free, that would be, you know, I think you'd be pretty safe with that one.
Sure.
So I'm going to take that out, and now, let's see. It says a cup of cheese, right? So,
2 cups of grated cheddar cheese.
oh, it is 2 cups. Then that's all of this.
The whole bag, Mom.
It is. You know, and that's kind of something different you're thinking. Cheese, butter, with that, and the pineapple.
Yeah, I would never put these things together, but
No,
I am not a master cook by any means.
not something I wouldn't think of either, but like I said, Sharon made it for us, and it was very, very good. So it's a kind of little different side dish too.
Sure.
You know, when you need something. So now it says to add the pineapple, and we're gonna just get that mixed up there.
So we're going to crush the Ritz crackers, and that just goes on top?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. And you could make this ahead too, but just don't put your Ritz crackers on until you're ready to put it in
Sure.
the oven, because you want those to be crisp.
I don't get those soggy.
Yeah.
It seems like the pineapple should be potatoes.
Something different. Like I said, a little bit of something different. Okay, so we got that mixed well. Just going to put that in here. And it is about trying new things.
Sure.
Because, you know, we do get kind of in a rut sometimes to what we should be making. You want something different, but you just don't know for sure what you want. So,
You got your favorites, and you know what your family likes, and
Yep.
that's nothing wrong with that either.
right. Well, and when you try something different, you're going to find out if it's something that you're going to want to add to your favorites, or
Right.
say, well, I tried it, it was okay, but I probably won't make it again.
Right.
Okay, so just spread that out there. Easily done. And putting those Ritz crackers on top is going to be giving it a nice crunch. So about 3/4 of a sleeve of crackers. And you can definitely roll them out with a rolling pin or whatever, but you know, they really crumble up really fast, and I don't want them, you know, just real fine.
Sure.
Okay. So again, as our viewers can see, it's not something that's taken very long to put together, and to be able to have that made up prior in the fridge until you are going to actually put it in the oven,
Sure.
would be just fine. And with anything, when we have it, we put it in the fridge, and that you might need to add just maybe 5 minutes more baking time or whatever, you know. So this is just where it gets nice and bubbly and that. So we're gonna take it over here.
Okay.
We'll put it in now with that hamburger bake, and we're gonna let the oven do the rest.
Sounds good.
Country Rose Cafe on East Villard is open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Enjoy daily homemade specials, caramel and cinnamon rolls, several different kinds of homemade pies made fresh every day. Country Rose Cafe is also famous for homemade soup, including their ever-popular Nefla served every Tuesday. While you're in, make sure to pick up your Channel 18 Cooking Crave recipes and like us on Facebook for different specials and announcements. Country Rose Cafe, the way a cafe should be, located at 837 East Villard in Dickinson.
Okay, our oven has been going off now with our pineapple bake and our hamburger hot dish there. So
Okay.
looking good here. Okay. Oh, see, now that looks nice and brown on top there. And let's see whatever. Hamburger dish. Okay, that cheese is all melted.
It's all bubbled up.
And stuff, so we can turn the oven off. And we'll just come right on over here. Just put those both in there. Okay. So we can, now, very hot, but we're gonna take them out anyway.
All right.
Okay. So I think the easiest thing is probably a spatula for that one too.
Okay.
So let me get that. Okay. There we go. And if you need a knife to scrape it off there. See, and these crackers just got a nice crunch to it. And then, you know, if it sets just a little bit, which is good, because then that cheese will just set a little bit more in there. Okay. So we see.
Both of these are super hot, and
They are. I'm gonna take out another little piece right here. So a person, you know, could definitely garnish this with some scallions or anything on that order. Too, you know, just to kind of spice that up.
absolutely. Well, and both very simple ingredients, simple dishes to make, but this is going to be hearty and wholesome for the family. And again, I know we spoke a little bit earlier, this hamburger hot dish would be, you know, a gluten-free recipe with the potatoes instead of like a pasta
Correct.
option.
Yes.
This, not so much.
Right, because this doesn't, you know, it has some flour in it and it has the Ritz crackers.
Right. But both great. And to get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, consolidatednd.com. Please submit your recipes for us to cook for the viewing audience. We always love to get those. Join us again next week when we do it all over again here on Cooking Crave.